Hi, now we are going to talk about a Python package called Numpy. Numpy is nothing but the numerical Python package. This package aids in mathematics, data science, engineering, and scientific related programming. Now, the best part of this package is it has its own special data type called as a NumPy array. A NumPy array can have several dimensionals. Therefore, these arrays are multidimensional. Now, in order to work with NumPy, you need to first install NumPy and then you need to import it. Okay, so I'll show you how to install NumPy. First, go in your Windows, then go in your Anaconda prompt, or go in your command prompt or Anaconda. So, this is your command prompt. You can either go here or you can go in your Anaconda. In your Anaconda prompt, there you go. Okay, and then what you have to do is pip install numpy. Okay, and enter. Once you do that, it's gonna install numpy for you, and if it's already installed, it will give you a notification saying that, oh, it's already installed. Okay, if pip doesn't work, you can do conda install numpy. Even this will work. So either of these will work, and if it's installed, obviously it's not gonna give you any output. But if it's not installed, it's gonna collect the package and install it for you. Once you've done that, you can proceed. You have to import NumPy in your program in this fashion. Okay. So there it's done, and now what I have to do is I have to go in my program Anaconda. Okay, my prompt is done. I'll close this. I'll go in my spider. Now what I have to do is import NumPy as np. Okay, this is how I import NumPy. So my program has got all the sense of NumPy with this one statement. Okay, so this is how you install it first, and then you import it in your Python program. Every Python program of yours that uses a NumPy array will have to import NumPy. Okay, so what is a NumPy array? That question must be bothering everyone, isn't it? So for that reason, this right here, okay, this is how a NumPy array looks. Okay, pardon my drawing, it's pretty bad, but this is like an example of a NumPy array where there are 4 rows in this array, okay, and there are 3 columns in this array, okay, and each how we'll create this array we will learn a little later. But what you need to understand here is that this is how you can index an array. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12, these are like your 4 rows out here. Okay, and those are your 3 columns. So this is your row 0. Okay, this is your row 1, this is your row 2, and this is your row 3. Okay, so there are 4 rows. This is your column 0, then this is your column 1, and this is your column 2. Okay, so now whichever element of this array that you want to access, you have to use its row number and column number in this fashion. Okay, so if I want to access 5, okay, it is in row 1 and column 1. So if this array is called A, so I have to do A11 and I'll access this. If I want to access 9, okay, it's in column 2 and row 2. So if I do A22, it's gonna give me 9, and so on. Now this is how you index it. Okay, now this array has 4 rows and 3 columns in it. Okay, that is why its shape is 4 by 3. This array can be understood as a table also, of course, with 4 rows and 3 columns, and its shape is 4 comma 3. The shape is typically in a rounded bracket, that is why it is a tuple. So it is an index by a tuple of positive integers. Okay. Now all the elements must be of the same data type. So for an NumPy array, all these are integers. Okay. Similarly, all of them should be floats, or all of them have to be of the same data type. Okay. So these are a few properties of a NumPy array and its elements that you have to keep in mind. Another property that you need to know is that the dimensions of a NumPy array are called its axes. Okay. So the number of dimensions of a NumPy array is called as the rank of a NumPy array. So out here there are two dimensions, rows and columns. Okay. And with rows and columns you can define the position of every element in the array, correct? So since there are two dimensions in the array, that means there are two axes in this array. It's a two-dimensional array, and the rank of the array is 2. Okay. Another way you can figure out the dimension is simply by seeing this. How many variables does it take for you to define the position of any element in an array? Right? And if whatever the answer is, that is your number of dimensions, and that is your number of that is your rank of the array. So that is that. Now let me just clear the screen, right? And I think we are good to go to our spider and try making arrays and understand them further. Bye. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to find out different ways of creating a NumPy array and different types of NumPy array. So this is types of NumPy array. Okay, in this, first let's create a single dimension NumPy array. Okay, so we have done import NumPy as NP, which is very important. Then we create an array A is equal to np.array. Okay, this is how we create it. You have to use np.array function. Okay, and in brackets you have to add a list. So the brackets are obviously a tuple, and in that you have to add a list 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. I'm just adding a dummy list. Okay, now when I print this, okay, it's gonna be in NumPy array 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, if I do print type of A, it's gonna tell me its type, that is a numpy.nd array, right? So now let's create a multi-dimensional numpy array. Now we create this in the same way. B is equal to np dot array into brackets. Okay, now since it's a multi-dimensional array, okay, it's gonna be a list of tuples. So I'll create a list, okay, and in that I'm gonna add two tuples. Okay, so first tuple will be 1, 2, 3. The second tuple will be 11, 12, 13. Okay, so this is my NumPy array, multi-dimensional NumPy array. Now when I print this, okay, it's basically gonna give me this NumPy array in this fashion, where it'll have arranged this in 2 rows. Each list is 1 row. Okay, and each list has 3 columns in it. Okay, so there are 2 rows and 3 columns. So this shape of this array is obviously 2 by 3, right? There are 2 rows and 3 columns. Okay, so now let's find out the dimensions of this array. Let's see what NumPy has to say about it. Okay, So first let's find out the array type. Okay, for this we need to do print type of B. Okay, this will tell us what is the type of the array. The type is NumPy array, which we have done. The second, what we are going to do is shape of the array. Okay, so what we have to do is print into brackets B dot shape. So there's an error because this we've added parenthesis. Just do B dot shape in this way and we are going to get it. B dot shape is 2 comma 3. Okay, as we discussed, there are 2 rows and 3 columns in this array, right? Now let's find out the number of dimensions of the array or the rank of the array. For this, all we have to do is print b.ndim. ndim is number of dimensions, right? So it gives 2. Why? There is only 2 dimensions in this array, rows and columns, or x and y, only 2 axes, right? Now, the next thing that we can do is we can find the size of an array. Okay, and for that all we have to do is print a dot size. So size is 4. Okay, size of this array is 4. Why? Because I did a dot size and a has 4 elements. If I do b dot size, okay, b has 6 elements, so it's gonna give me 6. There we go. Okay, and now if I want to find the data type of an array, remember all the elements, okay, are of the same data type. Okay, so type of elements in an array. So all I have to do is print b.dtype. And I'll tell you that all these elements are integers, of course. So int 32 is the data type. So this is how you basically define an array, and this is types of NumPy array: single dimensional, multi-dimensional, and you can also have all the descriptions of the array using all these functions. Now let's go to ways to create an array, but we'll do that in our next video.